Good evening, children. Today we are going to discuss one of the most important factor part of paper 2 West Asian conflict. Before knowing the West Asian conflict, let us know what is this West Asian countries. As we know in the world map, this is the Asian countries, this is the European countries, and between this Asia and Europe, you see here Black Sea, Mediterranean Sea. See here, children, Black Sea, Mediterranean Sea. Between Black Sea, Mediterranean Sea, this is the part dividing. And here Syria, Jordan, Lebanon, Israel, Arab, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar. These are all countries comes under the Middle East or the Southeast countries. Then, what is the conflict between this Southeast or the Middle East country? In fact, the West Asia refers to the region between the Europe and the Asia. The term Middle East also used to describe this area. Then, what is the conflict between this? To know about the conflict between this West Asian country, we have to know about the three group. Group number one, Jews. We know the Jew people before also. In the Hitler's part, we read Hitler had a great enmity with the Jew people, and lakhs of the Jew people were killed by him. Then, who were the Jews? Hardly any difference between Jews and the Christians. After the birth of Jesus, few Jew people considered Jesus as their God or the Almighty, and they became the Christian. And those who did not consider Jesus, they remain as a Jew. This is one part. Second group, Arabs, as they are the Muslims. The conflict between Jews and Arabs related to one place, that is the Palestine. The main bone of the contact between these West Asian conflict is related to these two. Place, Palestine, groups, Jew and the Arab. In the middle, there is a Christianity. So these are three groups: Jew people, Christian people, Arab people, related to Jerusalem and the Israel. So let us know what is the main factor. So let us see, children, here. The conflict developed between Arabs and the Jew are often described as the West Asian crisis, as we discussed. The main related to the conflict is occupation of Palestine. Palestine, which is considered as a holy place for all these three communities, Jews, Arabs and the Christians. And Palestine, which was inhabited by Arabs, was under the control of British before Second World War. I hope you are understanding. In this situation, Jerusalem, which is an holy place for both the Jews, Christians and the Muslims. Jews traditionally consider Palestine as their promised land, from where they had been exiled to in the ancient time due to some reason, and they were considered that they were the main culprit for the crucifixion of Jesus, and they were persecuted from the community, and they were living in different part of Africa, Asia and other parts. So the conflict came to be known as the Arab conflict. The movement developed among the Jews to collect the Jerusalem. They created one organization called the Zionist movement. All the Jew, they created one organization called Zionist movement, which called for uniting all the Jew spread across the world and reclaim Palestine as their homeland and build a separate state for Jews. I hope you understood what is the Zionist movement. It is an organization created by the Jew people spread over the world to proclaim Jerusalem, or we can say the Palestine to make their homeland and build a separate state of the Jews. In the meantime, after the World War II, completion of the World War II, England gave independence to the Palestine, which was under its control, and the condition of the Palestine a little bit more critical when the oil reservoir were able to get in the Middle East. As a result, the two countries, America and Europe, America and USA, they also involved in this matter. After the World War II, as we know, UNO was created. UNO had little bit contribution for this issue. 1947, UNO passed a resolution according to which Palestine was divided into two parts between Arabs and the Jews. In 1948, British withdrew from Palestine with its troops and Israel was created for the Jews. Try to remember, Israel was created for the Jews, but the Arab people were not interested to give up their homeland for the Jews and they were against the creation of Israel. Then the condition little bit stiffened. The Arabs refused to recognize Israel as a legitimate state. As Jew people created the Zionist movement to unite all the Jew people, similarly now there is a role of Nazir Hussain, who was the ruler of Egypt. I hope you know the Egypt. The ruler of Egypt by the time, Nazir Hussain, who had a great contribution for the NAM also, he created by gathering all the Muslim people or all the Arab people into one, united all the Arab people, see here, and formed the group called Fidain, which is also called as the Suicide Squad. They really do sacrifice their life for the unity of the people. This is the conflict children, the area you can see. And these Fidain group created disturbance in the public places in the Israel. And Nazir Hussain adopted aggressive policy against the Britain and the France and demanded the Britain should withdraw its troops from the Suez Canal, which was taken by long before. In the meantime, the two powers, as we know, USA and USSR, they also involved. We know that mass number of oil were we able to discover, so they also involved in that. USA, which was helping Egypt for construction of Aswan High Dam under the leadership of Nazir Hussain, stopped the supply of money. As a result, Nazir Hussain nationalized Suez Canal with the support of USSR. In this way, now the conflict between little bit critical. Okay children, so far what we read, let us recap. The conflict started between the three groups. One is the Arab, second one is the Jew, and third one is the Christian. Main bone of contact is Israel. Another place is Jerusalem, which is promised land for all. And how did the Jew people involved in that? By creating the Zionist movement. And Muslim people, how did they created a group called the Fidain and the role of Nazir and the involvement of USA and USSR also we have seen. In the next part, we'll discuss the remaining part. Thank you.